Hello everybody. I usually don't talk on these videos. I'm going to try to do a short and sweet little tips and tricks for you that I've been learning about the LinnStrument in regards to doing USB MIDI control and traditional DIN MIDI control. And today I have a couple quick things. It's not the ideal setup, I recognize, but I've got the Typhon here, which is connected through a standard 5-pin MIDI DIN connector here to the LinnStrument. Down on the floor, you might not be able to see here, but I've got a sustain pedal, which you can see activating switch 1 over here, and I may be using that just as a heads up. And then also down under here, you can see a little bit, I've got the Waldorf Iridium that I'll be using as a second voice. So just to let you know quickly what I'm doing here, one of the things I love about LinnStrument and the way it was designed by Roger Linn to kind of give performers a little bit more immediacy and flexibility is that the preset button here is both momentary and a toggle switch. So if I hold it, I'm able to send parameter changes here to be able to change voices, which we'll do on the Typhon in a second. And I can also change between my presets. Presets are brilliant here because they save practically everything on the LinnStrument. And that includes the globals as well. Because my problem was, if I'm running through this USB hub that's part of my audio interface into Ableton Live, which I'm using to record today, I can get, all of the MIDI signals running back and forth through the hub to the computer and all of that. And I can have the LinnStrument plugged in just via USB and it can work for anything. That's fine. But if I don't want to run that way, if I want to run standalone, I can still do it. And at first I thought, well, how am I going to be able to switch between DIN MIDI and USB MIDI, because I can't run both of them at the same time. So I can't use a split, for example, and have one on each side of my split on the controller. But I can use fast preset switches between them to do that. And that's what I wanted to demonstrate today. And it's really easy. So here on this preset, and you can see the colors I have set up roughly mimic some of the colors on the surface of the Typhon. And in my other preset, if I momentarily tap it, it's going to stay in the selection screen and I can pick my other preset here. And when I tap and go back, now you can see the color change on the surface, and that's actually controlling my Iridium. So I'll demonstrate that here. And then I can do that same trick. Preset, the one that I have set up for the Typhon, back, and now I'm playing a Typhon preset. Okay, great. But I want to be able to use these two things in conjunction. Well, I could do that. I could use, on the Iridium, I could use the control pads to play a sound and then solo on top of it. And maybe that's okay in some contexts, but I want to be able to use the LinnStrument for both. So what I'm going to be able to do then is switch between those two sounds. So let's try that. So I will hold in this case, and immediately I'm over to the Iridium. And actually I can use my sustain pedal to hold those sounds as well. And I'm off the sustain pedal, and now it dies out. The sound's going to die out a little bit anyway, that's just the patch. But it's really easy to just kind of get in here, hold it, and that's okay. I'm still hearing my sound from the Iridium. I can immediately switch back, hit my sustain pedal, now the sound dies out completely. Great. But then I'm thinking, you know what? In the moment, maybe that Typhon patch I have going on as the lead voice doesn't really blend super well, and maybe I want to switch it on the fly. I can do that through the preset quick menu too. And by quick menu, I just simply mean hold and release as a momentary switch for the preset selection rather than tapping as a toggle switch, like in that example. So what I have set up on the Typhon is, while I get that other sound playing, and I'll use the sustain pedal to hold it. Quick switch to the Typhon. I can also quick switch to a different patch. maybe I want to try that other one again. No, I think I was right. And let me kill that Iridium sound. And here on the Typhon, I did a couple things with this patch. Even though I'm not able to use the MPE ability from the LinnStrument with Typhon, I can still use channel aftertouch. I can use the pressure, of course, the timbre, the y-axis. And so that's what I've done is in Typhon, I've got the effects changing a little bit behind a note with the y-axis. And there you have more of that cloud effect in the background versus less. Very little. More prominent. And it sustains because I slid up on the pad. And then I also have some, like I said, aftertouch, channel pressure. FM control there a little bit with the cutoff. And add in some of that background cloud effect with the y-axis. So there you have it. A quick tips and tricks. LinnStrument using both traditional DIN MIDI, USB MIDI, two different instruments, some control going on both with an MPE capable instrument like the Iridium, some traditional control like with the Typhon, and just opens up a lot of live possibilities for your playing. So thank you very much for checking this out. I appreciate you watching and listening. Cheers.